Hello everyone! In this video I'm not gonna be drawing, and as you probably read the title, this is my new sketchbook tour. If you were watching my recent videos, you saw that I was painting in this sketchbook, and this sketchbook has 20 pages, so I finished it. So I'll show you closely what's in this sketchbook. Some of the drawings you already saw, because I already posted process of creating it. Others you have not seen yet, because I have not posted it yet. So let me show you what I painted in the sketchbook. And by the way, even though this sketchbook has 20 pages, this sketchbook has 21 drawing, because when I was drawing mermaids, in Alphonse Mucha style, there's 2 drawing in one page. So let me show you what I painted in this sketchbook. As you can see, this sketchbook has 20 sheets, and I cannot say that I really enjoyed painting in this sketchbook, because in one video I mentioned that this sketchbook is not very good at holding water when you use watercolor to paint. But this sketchbook is good for acrylic paints. So let's begin. I will talk about all the drawings, even though maybe you already saw some of it, but maybe new viewers would be interested. The first drawing is I painted for mermaid. This is mermaid in a swamp and a forest. Mermaid I painted from imagination, and forest is inspired by one photo that I saw on the internet. The next drawing is also for mermaid. Again, this mermaid and seagull are painted from imagination, and background is inspired by one of the photos that I saw on the internet. These 2 drawings, again mermaid drawings, I was trying to mimic Alphonse Mucha style. So this is Art Nouveau. Well, at least I was trying to paint in the style of Art Nouveau. I used watercolor and black pen. All of this from imagination. And by the way, these 2 drawings that I show you, this is painted with acrylic paints. This is with watercolor and black pen. The next drawing I was trying to paint in the style of Caravaggio, and I painted this merman. I don't know who he is. Maybe this is some kind of the ruler of the sea. I don't know the story of this man. Mostly I was practicing painting in style of Caravaggio, plus I was practicing my anatomy. This is mermaid painting inspired by Karl Brylov's The Last Day of Pompeii. This is called The Last Day of Mermaids. As you can see, there's mermaids witnessing the volcano in this dangerous state. All this painted from imagination, people are painted from photos. This is based on my photo. I saw very beautiful state of nature, bright light and shadow, so I painted it. I was going to studio and saw it, took a photo and then painted it. This is also based on my photo. I used watercolor plus black pen. I saw this landscape when I was walking with my dog Zlatik. I was inspired and painted it. This drawing is inspired by AI art, and I am someone who does not respect AI. I mean AI art, but I saw very useful reference that I used to study, and I painted in my own style. I wanted to practice what it's like to paint with few light sources and with dramatic lighting. When you have this bright saturated light of the sun, and when there is glowing magical dress, this is all painted from imagination. But colors are I'll show you the pictures on the screen which inspired me to draw this. This drawing is completely from imagination, again an acrylic painting. I saw very beautiful photography that has similar color palette, and I decided that I want to try to mimic this color range, so I painted it. This is Sleepwalker, a woman who is sleeping, visited forest. No, something magical is happening. And also she's holding a mirror. I was trying to draw that there's moon and moonlight reflects in a mirror, but it was difficult to paint it, and I don't think it looks like a moon because there's very small area to draw, and I'm not very good at drawing small details. Overall, I like this illustration. Okay, this illustration. Well, this illustration is about sleep paralysis. This man, who is half awake, half asleep, experienced sleep paralysis. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, and he saw this man room. This is hallucination and dream, and his room is real life. So he has this problem which all the people who experience sleep paralysis have. When a dream and reality mix together and you cannot understand what's happening, and you're very scared of it. With this drawing I had a lot of problems. At first I started it with watercolor pencils, then I was trying to use watercolor, and then when I completely ruined it I used soft pastels, and soft pastels made it look better. So, but to be honest, I don't like painting with soft pastels in a sketchbook, because look at this, all of this mud, and I don't like it, how it's messy, and it's much better to use acrylic paints in a sketchbook. But acrylic paints also have its problem. It's sometimes stuck to other pages if it's not completely dry, and sometimes it's difficult to wait when it will dry, because I want to draw on the next pages. In this sketchbook there's gonna be one drawing that I completely ruined, but I'll show you the photo how it looked like before I ruined it. So the next drawing. This painting is based on photos I saw on the internet. This is Milky Way galaxy, many stars on night sky. Again, I saw how few artists were painting a beautiful night sky with many stars, and I was so inspired, so I decided that I want to try to paint it in this style. With this drawing I made a mistake. These stars are too big, and probably there are too many of them on a drawing. And yeah, I know that on the sky there are many stars, but when you draw a sky, when I draw a sky, it's better to not paint all the stars. I paint few dots, because this way it looks more realistic. When you paint this amount of stars, it doesn't look right. It looks like pointillism, and it's okay if you want to draw in style of pointillism. I wanted to draw it in more impressionistic or realistic style, so I was not able to achieve what I wanted to achieve. In the next painting I corrected my mistakes. I painted less stars and made them smaller. And this painting looks much better. This painting based on a photo I saw on the internet. This is study. I wanted to draw as much as possible starry landscapes, so I would be able to draw from imagination. This drawing is much better than previous two, I think. Again, Milky Way, and I like this drawing. I think it's turned out to be good. This is all. This is also acrylic painting. This is another study of a night sky, and I like this drawing too. I think it turned out to be good. And the next drawings. I'll write a name of an artist that inspired me. So I saw very beautiful paintings by one of the artists. And when I was looking at this drawing, I could not understand how to paint it like they painted it, because it was so beautiful, and color palette, color variations was so difficult but yet beautiful. So I was looking at the drawings and I was thinking that I have no idea how this painted. So I decided that I want to make a study, because not because I want to mimic or copy the style. I did it because I was very curious to figure out how these colors work on their painting. So I was watching video with parrots and I saw this cool parrot. I decided that I want to paint him, but I was using the color palette of artist I was mentioning before, next paintings. I saw the photo of a swan. It was behind the swan was bright sunset, but I didn't want to paint sunset in the colors of the sunset. I changed the colors. Value structure is the same as it on a photo, but colors are completely different. I was trying to understand how that artist was painting, so I started to paint in next drawing. This is my dog Zlatik, and as you probably figured it out, he is not greenish blue purple dog, or he's a regular dog with orange fur. But in this drawing I was again practicing the color palette of the artist that I mentioned. I took my old photo of Zlatik and was experimenting with the colors. When I painted this drawing, I was finally able to figure out how that artist was painting their drawings. So I was happy when I understood it. I think this is good drawing. Again, this is acrylic paints. And the last drawing with that color palette is these flowers. It's based on my photo, and what I did this, as in the previous drawing, I was looking at the photos and changing the colors. So I finally figured out how to paint in this color palette. This drawing is ruined. I told you before that this sketchbook has one ruined drawing, and I'll explain you what I mean by that. I was not patient when the colors here were drying. I closed the sketchbook and it printed on this page, and it ripped some of the paper and color. So I took pencils and corrected it. I'll show you how it's supposed to look like without damaged paper, because I was able to take photo before I ruined it. And the last drawing in this sketchbook, I just wanted to draw something inspired by summer. This is not my photo. I saw this in one video on the internet, this beautiful scenery. I took a screenshot and then painted it with acrylic paints. So this is my last page, and this is the end of the sketchbook. As you can see, when I was painting it, I ruined this cover, but this is not a problem. I don't mind it, because art is not about being careful. Art is about expression, because I'm a messy painter. And by the way, about a messy painter, look at my table. See all of these small things. This is not dirt or dust. It's spots of acrylic paint that I was not able to erase. Because for everyone who is painting with acrylic paints, I recommend you, if you splash the paint on your desk, I would recommend it to erase it right now, as soon as possible. Don't wait it, because as soon as dry, and acrylic paints dry very quickly, I don't think you will be able to erase it. Probably there are some ways to erase acrylic paint, and I don't know about this ways how to erase acrylic paints. So thank you so much for watching. As you can see, this was mini tour, but I'm glad that you watched all of it. Thank you, and I'll see you in next videos. Bye.